14, I got my first job as a kennel attendant at the local veterinary's office down the road from where I lived. Now, I wanted to be a vet since the time I was like 4 years old, and I was so excited to have been offered this job. So they say, yes, you're hired, come in after school. I was in high school at the time. Come in after school on Monday, we'll get you all the paperwork to sign. So Monday rolls around, I finish my classes, and then I roll into the veterinary clinic wearing my cute new scrubs that I bought for the occasion, and I say, I'm here, I'm your new employee, where do I go? The receptionist says, just go straight to the back, so I do. Now, it is so busy in there. Everyone is running around doing 10 million things, and I'm kind of just sitting in the back not knowing what to do, but I am wearing scrubs. So this technician looks at me, says, I need help. I say, okay, sure, what do you need? She says, do you want to stabilize or cut? And I go, and she goes, just stabilize. Okay, I said, okay. So I see this big dog laying on the table, and I'm thinking maybe she needs like help trimming its nails or something. But that's not what she wanted. She looks at me and says, go into that closet and get the hedge clippers. And I say, hedge clippers? And she says, yeah, the really big ones. I say, okay, and I go and get the biggest hedge clippers I can find. Now, I come back over and I realize the dog is not moving. It's like a 130-pound dog, and it is laying on this table. And that's when I realize the dog is not alive. And she looks at me and says, I need you to stabilize this head while I cut. And I like, all the color drains from my face, and I go, cut what? And she goes, the head. And I think the adrenaline was just like rushing at the time, and so I didn't say anything. I literally held this head for her as she cut it. And the manager, I literally see her out of the corner of my eye. She like locks eyes with me as I'm holding this passed away dog's head in my hand, and she just screams, no, like stop. And sorry, Bert. And the technician was like, what's going on? And the manager is like, she's 14. It was just a crazy day. It wasn't the tech's fault. But the manager like pulls me into her office after, and she was like, are you okay? And I think I was just too stunned to speak. And I went home and I sobbed. I sobbed over the fact that I basically cut a dog's head off my first day in the vet med industry at 14 years old. And it wasn't explained to me until the next day, like what they were actually doing. And yes, I did come back for a second day, and I'm actually in veterinary school now, so it didn't sway me away too much. But they explained to me the next day that they have to do that to test for rabies. And this dog had bitten someone, didn't have a rabies vaccine, so they have to cut the head off and then send it. They literally send it in just like a package in the mail, like the USPS system. They send this head to a testing laboratory, and then they can tell if it has rabies or not, and they can, do the appropriate steps with the person who got bit. But it was the most traumatizing day of my vet med career, and I will forever think about it.